I'm always high and I don't even try. I'm always high and I don't even try. I'm always... A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing people out there to the channel Twinflame Union. In this vlog, I would be discussing what is a karmic relationship and what are the two types of karmic relationships, and I would be using the case study of Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston, where Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston are a twin flame couple and Angelina Jolie is a karmic. I would also discuss what is the other type of karmic relationship. And before I go any further, subscribe to this channel and also check out the book In the Name of Love, which is based on the journey of finding your ultimate soulmate. You can also write to me at the Sunamoon@gmail.com and share your twin flame story with me, and also check out all the healing options that I have. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So friends, karmic relationships comes from the word karma, which is a Hindi word, also used in Sanskrit, and this word means karm. Karm means action. Now there are two types of action. One is inspired action and one is the action that we force, that we make. Karmic relationships in a twin flame journey are so important because they give us the most important life lessons. Now, as I said, there are two types of karmic relationships. When the ego selves are very strong and the two people involved are good by nature, but their programming is such, their upbringing is such that they have to learn the lesson through karmics. Karmics are people that they date after they have found the twin flame. And some of them go through separation because of the karmics. The second type of karmic separation happens when the pattern or the behavior or the addictions are very strong. As I said, that I would be taking the case study of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston simply because that they were in a happy, beautiful marriage. The ego selves were very strong and they were facing problems, but they could not really find or reach to the core of the problem. And that's when Angelina Jolie entered in 2004 while they were filming for the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And if you talk about this particular couple, you would know that there were articles back in those days which said that one of them, which is Brad Pitt, wanted children and Jennifer did not want kids back then. And that led to differences between them. But the problem was actually something else. The problem was that Jennifer Aniston had to go through a lot of inner work, and she herself admitted many times on camera that she had a very unhealed and wounded relationship with her own mother. And so all these years she worked on those relationships, patterns, those wounds that she had to heal. And when she healed a lot of them, that's when Brad Pitt started coming back to her. Now you would be thinking, so what is Brad Pitt doing? Doesn't he have a mind of his own or his own consciousness to think what's right and wrong? The thing is that we always attract a partner in a twin flame relationship which is going to act as a mirror. They are going to replicate or they're going to reflect exactly what our inner state is, which means they also have wounds and they also have areas that need work. And obviously, we are not going to get wounded that easily by someone who does not matter to us. So when Jennifer Aniston publicly got humiliated, publicly got cheated on by her husband, who she really loved and still loves, and both of them loved each other, but when she got publicly humiliated and they broke up, they went their separate ways, she had to sit down and do all the work, which is going deep into the basements and cleaning all the murk and all the dirt. Now, how does the karmic help? The karmic simply give you life lessons. They put you into those places where you would not have gone through with your twin. Because with your twin, you had this notion that the twin is wrong, there's some fault in her, that Brad Pitt must have thought that Jennifer is the wrong person, she's not understanding, she doesn't care, she doesn't love me enough, blah, blah, blah. And that's when Angelina Jolie entered with her plans of having a big family, a big pack of children. Now, I'm not against that. I'm absolutely in awe of a lot of people who adopt children. I'm in awe, and I really appreciate people who give a good life to those children who have no one. But Angelina Jolie is having so many children because she also needs to do a lot of inner work. She has dependence issues which are so clear. And now if you read the news, she's always the one who's having problems with Jennifer Aniston. This is how karmic relationships and all these patterns work. In a twin flame relationship, the divine masculine cheats on the partner, the divine feminine. After that, he finds the karmic, and all the karmics do this. They put them through so much pain, so much humiliation, so much suffering, so many insults, that they then start realizing that my divine feminine would have never done this to me and I misunderstood her. Okay, and then they start going back to the divine feminine. This is how normally a relationship pattern works. Now, this can happen with the divine feminine also, because even she was in a relationship. The karmics are always very attractive in terms of the deal that they come with. This is the same deal that otherwise created a problem in a twin flame couple. So what the divine feminine refuses to do or refuses to go ahead with is what the karmic is absolutely thrilled about. And that is where the illusion starts. So the divine masculine jumps onto that offer, jumps onto the ship, and the commitment that he's supposed to give to the feminine, or the things that he was not even thinking of doing, or he was making excuses for, or he was creating like doubts, like no, I can't do this, whatever you're saying, it's not possible. He would readily do it with the karmic, because with the karmic he's being very genuine and very nice and very real. And this gives a very big wound to the feminine. The feminine thinks in her head that, oh my god, I loved him so much, I did everything for him, I committed to him, I did this, I did that, I took him to my family members, the whole world knew about him and me, and then he cheats on me, he goes to somebody, and he is doing all the things that he literally refused to me on my face, but he is ready to do it with her. This gives the feminine a very big, very strong wound, and because of that wound, she is forced to do the inner work. So in a twin flame relationship, it's always the feminine who has to do the inner work. She does the inner work, she finds her peace, she finds the connection back, and then the divine masculine starts coming back to her, because originally he is the reflection of the divine feminine. He is supposed to reflect her inner state of mind, whether it is chaos, whether it is anger, or whether it is peace, or whether it is love. It doesn't matter what there is inside, he will definitely reflect whatever it is. Alright, so this is one type of karmic pattern, and I'm so sure this is exactly what Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber is going through right now. And if not now, but in future, they will definitely have a reunion. But Selena Gomez has to let go, and she has to really relax. This is the same pattern that I see in Kourtney Kardashian and Eunice Benjamin. Yes, you heard it right. And it is Scott Disick who is the karmic. And if you want, not if you want, I would also like to talk about it, because I've been observing them for quite a while now. And I would definitely like to share my observation with everyone, so that even you all can, take notes from it and benefit from it. Why shouldn't you benefit from it if you are on the twin flame journey? Or if you're on the journey of ascension, because relationships always help us to ascend higher and higher and higher. So, coming back to the karmic, the second type of karmic lesson or karmic situation is not really romantic. It's not like someone comes into the picture and then the relationship breaks. The relationship breaks because of the addictions, very strong addictions and very strong societal programming. For example, the divine masculine has been taught or has been told through his parental upbringing or societal programming or education that you have to work 9 to 5 and only then you can make a living. For example, this is the case. And when the feminine tells him that no, we can do business, we can do this, we can travel the world, we can do blah blah blah, because whether anyone likes it or not, it's always the feminine who's the more free-spirited person, and that's why the masculine always gets attracted to her. In case of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston also, Brad Pitt was immensely attracted to her, and she was the more free-spirited and the more, happy-go-lucky and this positive person. And when she went down, she was like, oh my God, like, it's like he just went away for something that glittered. Now, I'm not making Angelina Jolie look negative, but all I'm gonna say is that she definitely has her own lessons. And just the way she is a karmic in this relationship, definitely she also would be having a twin flame partner. And it would need therapies, and it would need inner work, it would need healings to reach to the point where she can also find her divine masculine, the one who's meant to be. So yeah, so this free-spirited feminine tells him that we can do this, we can do that, and the masculine is like, no, she's totally nuts. She's totally crazy. What is she talking about? And in many cases, there's going to be age difference, or there's going to be religious barriers, or there's going to be like family upbringing would be different, or there's going to be a big difference in social status, or something like that. There will be one big wall, like a Mount Everest wall, which he thinks is like a big problem, in their mentality, in their thought patterns. And he thinks that she's kind of cuckoo in the head. And so he says that, okay, I'm not going to do anything that she is telling me, or she's going to tell me in future. I'm just going to leave her alone and dump her and forget about her and not like even respond to whatever she thinks or she says, and I don't really care. And this gives a very big wound to the divine feminine, and she says, oh my God, he is really disrespecting me, and he's really insulting me, and he's so mean to me, because obviously the way he treats her after that. They can also be karmics, but they will not be as strong as in the case of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Their relationship was like a decade long, so there was so much work to be done. And I mean, look at the time frame, look at the amount of years that Brad Pitt invested in with her. In case of the karmic addictions, there could be like on and off flings that both of them are going to have. The divine feminine could also have, the divine masculine, but they really don't want to be with someone. All they care about is like each other, but they don't want to believe that they found each other in the true sense. So he goes away and he tries all his things, and he's into his addiction. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be just killing time, just wasting time, or it could be just taking up projects and jobs, or where he puts in his heart and soul. And just the way in the previous case that I told you, that the karmic gives like major heartbreaks to the divine masculine. It's like he's standing on a rug, he's standing on a carpet, and someone pulls it away from under his feet and he falls flat on his face. Like his nose could get broken, he could get badly injured, or he would just, end up seeing stars in bright daylight. And that would give him a soul shock. So she gets a soul shock when he does the same to her, the divine feminine, and then he gets the soul shock when the karmic does it to him. And the same thing happens in the second type of karmic template, where he gives 100% to that dream project or to that idea that he has, and he goes like, yeah, I mean, the divine feminine is stupid, I'm just gonna go the traditional way, I'm just gonna go the way I've been taught to function. And he does that, he gives it all his love and energy and compassion and joy and blah blah blah, and then he falls flat on his face on the ground. And then he gets the soul shock and he's like, oh my God, what was I doing? He starts reading, he starts researching, he starts finding out. This research work happens with the divine masculine, but it always happens when the divine feminine has fully got awakened. So the awakening of the divine feminine will always happen first, and then that awakening will awaken his soul too, because he's supposed to reflect everything that happens with her. So now, if you watch the news, you're going to see Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. They look so happy. It's real. You can see it. People can see it. You can see it in their pictures. You can see it in their videos. You can see it when they were together at the Oscars. Their eyes were lit up. It's like they really understood the lesson. It's like they really realized that, oh my God, we wasted so much time in doing stupid shit, in following our ego, in doing ego massage, in not looking into the core of the problem, but getting distracted by all the other things and, leaving it on tomorrow. But this journey is so like solid that it will not let you sleep. It will not let you take rest. It will keep pushing you. It will keep, jerking you. It will keep on doing it. It will just not stop till the time you get the lesson. So recently I saw in news that they are planning to have twins together through surrogacy. I was like, oh my God, I mean, this is so surreal. This is actually happening after so many years. It's actually happening. People always wanted them back together. People always felt bad when they got separated. And now look who's complaining, the karmics. So the karmics who basically break the homes, the karmics, the templates that are actually responsible for the breakups, they are the ones who are like, oh, how can they do this to me? Like you see Angelina Jolie's articles, like she's not happy. She doesn't want the kids to be near Jennifer Aniston. I mean, why would she do that? She's not liking that, Brad Pitt is back with her. And she should realize now how much it hurt Jennifer Aniston. So this is how karmics also learn. I'm not saying karmics are bad people. Karmics are horrible people. In the twin flame world, a lot of people call karmics as basic bitches. But I don't agree with that terminology. I think that the karmics also need to work, and they also learn their lesson via the divine feminine's awakening. Because if the divine feminine does not awaken, the masculine will not awaken. He will not go back to her, his initial home, and she would not realize how much pain she gave it to the divine feminine. You only understand pain and suffering when it comes to you. When you give it to someone, you don't realize it. You don't realize the depth of it. I want to add a phrase here, which is in Hindi. It says, "Pothi padi padi jag mua, bhaya na pandit koi, dhai aakhir prem ke, pada supandit hoy." Which means that you can read as many books and scriptures and literature and do this, do that, in order to gain wisdom and in order to gain knowledge, in order to be Pandit in Hindi means like a priestly person or a hierophant in tarot. You cannot reach to that stage by doing all of that. But when you understand love, which is a 2.5 letter word in Hindi, unless you don't understand the meaning of this word, which in English means love, you cannot be the real wise person. So to be the real wise person, you need to understand this simple word called love. By experience, by understanding, by personal experience. So when you know it by personal experience, then only you get the wisdom. So with this, I hope that you are clear about the karmic situation. And if you are in a twin flame journey and you are a divine feminine and you're watching this, then all the very best to you. Keep following your heart and keep making your connection stronger and stronger and stronger with the source. The connection with the source is going to get you out of this, and you have to remove all the blocks in between. And if you're a divine masculine watching this, then you should know that, being rigid and being stubborn really won't help you. It won't really help your case. There are always so many ways to do things in life. Life is not stuck and limited. Life is flexible. Life is beautiful. And if you're a karmic watching this, then I would like to say that you also have your divine masculine somewhere. You also have a beautiful journey ahead, and you also have to do the same thing. You also have to find refuge in the source energy. You have to have faith. You have to have so much faith that you don't have to break someone's relationship and someone's home to make your own. Thank you so much for being here with me, and all the very best to you. I'm always high and I don't even try.